Hello everyone, welcome back. So in today's video, we're talking about PIPs. What is the meaning of PIPs, right? PIPs simply stand for what? Percentage in points. PIP simply stands for what? Percentage in points, and it is the units for measuring the changes in value between two currencies in the forex markets. Now, I think in crypto we use percentages, right? But in forex we use pips. You actually classify the increase in the value of a currency by pips, right? That's why I see people say this pair has risen up to 100 pips, this pair has done 400 pips, this pair has done this pips, that pips, and whatever, right? So that's the meaning of pips. Percentage in what? Points. Percentage in points. So a pip is usually the fourth decimal place. A pip, a PIP, a percentage in points is what? Usually, as I'm writing, you're writing, usually what's the fourth decimal place in the currency quote, right? So we are saying what's one pip. Being the fourth decimal place, it is what? 0.0001, right? So it's simply, what we're simply saying is that if you have EUR USD to be what? 1.1035, this particular place is the pip change, right? If this now particularly now changes to if this increases to 1.1036, you have an increase of what? An increase of 1 pip, because this rose from 5 to 6. So this is where the pips start from. A pip is the what? Fourth decimal place. Now, but there are exceptions to this rule, like the Japanese yen pairs that only have up to 2 decimal places, right? The Japanese yen pairs that are like if you've traded forex before, the Japanese yen pairs are like, let's say they have a very high value of something like this. They go up to this type of this, and they don't have up to 4 decimal place. They have only 2 decimal place. Now the rule will now change for them. Now then one pip for this type of pairs then becomes what? 2 decimal place, 0.01, right? But that's not what we're talking about. So it simply means that if you have a pair like what? GBP, JPY, 140.90, this particular place is the pip increase. Let's say this pair now changes and moves to 140.91. Now we've said GBP JPY has done what? I've had an increase. This arrow up is increase of what? 1 pip. Is as simple as that. All right, so we're going to do a little exercise to just test your this thing. So we have EUR, we have EUR USD, right? Now we have let's say 1035 again. Let me use it. And now it increases to what? It increases to, these two should get out of the way. It increases to what? 1.1040. How many pip increase has that pair done? Now we have another one, EUR again. Let's keep using EUR USD. Now let's say we have 1.1035 and we have a decrease. Arrow down is decrease. We have 1.1005. How many pips decrease is that? Then we have JBP, just to wind your brain small. We have 140.90. We have an increase to 141.05. How many pip increase is that? So if you actually got it correctly, there's been a 5 pip increase here, because I said the pip is here, right? So this had to increase by 5 pips to give what? This, which is plus 5, you get 40. So this is what? 5 pip increase. A 5 pip increase. Now, how many pips would EU have to decrease from 1.1035 to give you 1.11035? If you look correctly, you'd see that this is simply what? A 30 pip fall. That is a 30 pips fall. It's 30 pips for. And then so coming to GBP, remember I told you guys is what 0.01, 2 decimal place. So as a very smart student you are, how many pip increase will this pair have to increase before we can actually have 1.141.05? So if you're actually very smart, you know that this pair has increased 15 pips, right? If you actually add 15 here, you have 5, you have 10, you have 141.05. Can you see it? So if 15 pip increase, but then you don't need all this knowledge, but you just need to know, what to categorize as pip, right? So the pip is very easy, like I said, on pairs that have Japanese, the pairs that have Japanese yen that go up to only 2 decimal place, you're going to use 1 pip as what? 1 pip then becomes what? 0.01, which is 2 decimal place. And then for other pairs, OP, other pairs, 1 pip is the 4th decimal place, 0.0001. Right? So that is it. So, but then there's also another thing you call pipettes. Pipettes. Now, a pipette is a fractional pip. A pipette is simply what? A fractional pip. It's a fraction of a pip. A pipette is a what? Fractional pip, right? And it is equal to 1/10 of a pip. Mathematics students, it is equal to 1/10 of a pip, right? So let's give another example. I don't know if you've seen this thing before on a pair. Let's say you have EUR, you have 1.1035, and you saw something like this, 2 on top of it. If your MT4 is on advanced mode, you will be able to see the pipettes. Those tiny, those digits are on top, right? Now this simply means what? 0.2 pips. This is a pipette too. This is a pipette. This is what? 2 pipettes. This is 2 pipettes, but 2 pipettes is equal to what? 0.2 pips. Now how do I get that? Now remember we said a pipette is 1/10 of a pip, right? It's 1/10 of a pip. So definitely if this is 2, you have 2/10. 2 divided by 10 gives you 0.2. So it means that this pipette, 2 pipettes simply is 0.2 pips, right? 2 pipettes is 0.2 pips. So you can see how easy it is. A pipette, so now this thing will have to count up to 10 before this particular pip now can increase by 1. So we have to go from 2, we have to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When it gets to 10, then this particular digit thing changes to 6. Can you see? And then it starts counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and continues to 10. It changes again to 7, just like that. Just like that, just like that. Can you just see? So that's how easy it is, and that is how you read pipettes, right? Although we are not going to use it for anything. Well, let's do an exercise. So you have EUR USD to be what? 1.10352. That's 2 pipettes. And then it decreases, or it changes, not decreases. It changes to 1.1035. Then this increases to 7. How many pipettes increase has happened here? If you're a smart student, you will notice that there has been a increase of 5 pipettes. An increase of 5 pipettes, or an increase of 0.5 pips. Remember, a pip is 1/10. A pipette is 1/10 of a pip. So for there to be an increase of, that's change of 7 minus 2. 7 minus 2 is going to give you 5. So we have 5/10. 5 divided by 10 is 0.5. So we have 0.5 pips. Chicken now, as easy as that. So that is all about pips. You're going to see how you combine pips with lots and every other thing, and basically how you make money in the FX market. So I hope you've understood that. You can also call your pipettes. They also call pipettes micro pips. They also call it that. Whichever one you want to call it is fine. They are all terms, and nobody gives a fuck. Just make money. Whether you know the native name or the local name, nobody gives a fuck. They are called micro pips or pipettes. What you just want to use them to do is to make money. So have it at the back of your mind that this is what pips and pipettes actually literally is, right? So moving over to the next module, lots and position size. See you guys in the next video.